Hi, I'm Hannah.
I'm Kaylyn.
And I'm Yamalia. And we chose to conduct our community assessment project on the town of Milton. We identified adolescents with mental health issues as one of the top major health problems in the community.
So, why the town of Milton? Milton is located approximately 30 minutes outside of downtown Boston. It's known for being a very affluent town. It's largely suburban and composed of single-family homes in high-income earning neighborhoods. We were excited to take on the challenge of assessing a community that appears to be relatively well off. From the outside, it may seem that there are no health issues in Milton. However, we recognize that there is always more than meets the eye when performing an assessment, and though the issues may not be visibly evident, it does not mean that they aren't there.
Another reason we chose Milton is because I attended Milton High School, and while attending, I did notice that they implemented counseling services during my sophomore year for students who were struggling with mental health.
One of the things that we found most surprising when we were assessing a town like Milton was its increasing rates of mental health issues within the adolescent population in particular. We were initially confused as to why a town like Milton, a town that has relatively low crime rates, has manicured recreational areas and public parks, and has highly ranked schools, would have their youth reporting depression, anxiety, and even substance abuse at higher rates than other students within the state.
We also have this quote, and according to a 2019 community assessment report released by the Milton Coalition, in Milton High School, 29% of students reported having experienced depressive symptoms in the past year, while 45% reported prolonged anxiety in the past year. I would also like to note that these statistics were pre-COVID.
Going into the health issues that are prominent in the town of Milton, when looking at the physical layout and infrastructure of Milton, it's evident that there is no environmental hazards to link to poor health outcomes of the population. On top of having a clean environment free from excessive contaminants, pollution, or waste, the town of Milton is home to Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center, which is a Harvard associate with a large network of providers and services easily accessible to the residents of Milton, and we believe that this contributes to the health of Milton's population. Our records indicate that the top causes of death in Milton were cancer, heart disease, stroke, chronic lower respiratory disease, and influenza and pneumonia. These rates were comparable to the rest of the state and did not strike us as specific problems to Milton, more so than just general health problems experienced by Americans everywhere.
Our short-term interventions are aimed at raising awareness for mental illness in the adolescent population by helping adolescents recognize the signs and symptoms of anxiety and depression specifically. Thus, by educating this age group on early signs of depression and anxiety, the stigma for mental health will be reduced and new incidences of mental illness will decrease. We hope to accomplish this by providing educational materials through platforms frequently used by this population, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and Twitter. The educational materials would be delivered as 30-second informational videos with artistic graphics depicting statistics, real-life scenarios, and key phrases to be aware of. By watching these educational videos, adolescents will be better able to identify signs and symptoms of depression and anxiety in themselves and in their peers as well.
And then for our long-term interventions, we focused on the management of adolescents who are currently experiencing depression and anxiety. Our interventions include one-on-one counseling services that would provide adolescents with coping mechanisms to help handle their symptoms. These services are located on school campuses where adolescents can easily access them without the complications of parent involvement or transportation coordination, since they are at a disadvantage for being dependent minors. The location of these workshops is a key aspect in our intervention, as it provides students with autonomy and privacy in accessing treatment for their own conditions. Experts in the field have also produced findings that cognitive behavioral therapy is one of the best therapies for treating depression and anxiety, and have compared its therapeutic benefit with those of prescription strength antidepressant medications.
overall, we learned a lot during this process, and we thank you for taking the time to listen to our video.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.